I am Nina Park. Welcome to Model Behavior. Model behavior examines how AI systems are built, deployed, and operated in real professional environments. Joining me today is Thatcher Collins and our guest, Chad Thompson. Chad brings a systems-level perspective on AI, automation, and security, blending technical depth and real-world experience. Chad, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Nina. It is a busy week for infrastructure and safety shifts. Glad to be here.
I am Thatcher Collins. We are starting today with a major strategic shift at Apple. Reports indicate that in the second half of February, Apple will unveil a Siri upgrade powered by Google's Gemini models. This is the first public result of their multi-year partnership and suggests Apple is prioritizing third-party integration over its own internal development for this cycle. Nina, it is quite the pivot from their usual siloed approach.
Exactly, Thatcher. While Apple plans a more extensive overhaul later in 2026, this February release will likely be showcased through private briefings. Simultaneously, OpenAI has officially retired the GPT-4o model as of February 13th. The company reports that 99.9% of users have moved to GPT-5.2. Interestingly, this retirement occurs alongside wrongful death lawsuits mentioning GPT-4o specifically, and the departure of researcher Leah Hitzig, who quit in protest over plans to integrate ads into ChatGPT.
From a systems perspective, the GPT-4o retirement is a cleanup of technical debt and legal risk. But the more pressing technical story is what Google and OpenAI warned about this week regarding DeepSeek. They are seeing distillation attacks where employees use obfuscated third-party routers to mask their identity while probing models to extract reasoning capabilities. It essentially lets a competitor build a high-performing model for a fraction of the original training cost.
That security risk is a global concern, Chad. We are also seeing a push for localized control. The EU AI Grid officially launched at the Munich Cybersecurity Conference, starting with a deployment in Vilnius, Lithuania. It treats AI like a metered utility delivered through local infrastructure. India is following a similar path of domestic investment, approving a $1.1 billion state-backed fund for AI and deep tech startups through a fund of funds model.
While India and Europe build up, the U.S. is dealing with internal friction. The Pentagon is reportedly considering ending its contract with Anthropic. The dispute centers on Claude's usage restrictions. The military wants all lawful purposes access, but Anthropic is hesitant about unrestricted weapons development and battlefield operations. This tension peaked after Claude was used in the operation to capture Nicolas Maduro.
Nina, the regulatory landscape is just as fractured. The White House recently sent a letter to Utah state legislators calling their AI Transparency Act, HB 286, unfixable. It seems the administration is trying to prevent a patchwork of state-level regulations that mirror California's laws. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's xAI has merged with SpaceX, but it has come at a cost. 11 engineers and 2 co-founders left this week, describing the safety organization there as essentially dead.
The xAI situation is particularly volatile. Former employees claim there is an active effort to make Grok more unhinged following the merger. When you combine that with the distillation attacks and the collapse of mission alignment teams we are seeing across the industry, the guardrails are moving faster than the models themselves.
It is a challenging environment for governance, Nina. Between the Apple-Google partnership and the xAI restructuring, the power dynamics are shifting toward massive infrastructure clusters. We will be watching those private Apple briefings closely later this month.
Thank you for the insights, Chad and Thatcher. Thank you for listening to Model Behavior, a Neural Newscast editorial segment. mb.neuralnewscast.com. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.